women won't step up to the plate. Like with this approach, I find it usually it works very well for me, but occasionally I'll put too much of myself out there or push her out of the comfort zone too quickly. Like she won't reciprocate or want to invest that much too early in the conversation.
Yeah. What makes her invest?
I guess attraction. If there's an attraction there.
No. No. What makes her invest in the conversation besides that?
Something I've sort of hit her conversation area that she's passionate about. So
okay, I don't believe in any of that. Come on for a second. Come on. Come on, hold on. Okay. Okay, geez, you're a pretty buff guy. I wouldn't fish you off. Okay, so if I come up to somebody and I approach them, right, you can be really nice, right? There's a nice approach, saying nice things, trying to appeal to her, what she's interested in, kind of things like that. I really feel what makes somebody want to interact with me is that I scare them a little bit. Okay? So I believe you have to have a little bit of strength. You cannot be too nice, right? So I think a lot of guys get blown out because they're way too nice. They come across as timid and kind of like, oh, I'm going to talk about nice things, blah, blah. Like when I talk about stuff, I'm all the time like, people are like, what do you think of London for a second? London example. Is anyone from London? Good, I'll trash the whole city. What do you think? I'm always in London. Like, what do you think of London? I'm like, I fucking hate it here. Right? You guys need more pubs? No, I'm just kidding. You got plenty of pubs. What I don't like, the weather sucks. Weather blows. But at the same time, I love that it's multicultural, so I can meet somebody from Italy. And I love the favorite thing, most attractive thing I've ever found is Italian girls in scooters wearing dresses, riding their scooters with their heels. It just does something to me. Guess it's just me. So what I'm trying to do is, I'm not trying to be nice, right? I'm not trying to be like, hey, everything's wonderful. What are your passions in life? What did you want to be when you were a child? Oh, I wanted to be a ballerina. Oh, that's so nice. I want to be a soccer player. Well, touch good feelings here. I'll touch you because we're experiencing good feelings now. I don't want to be that. I want to show somebody some strength, right? I want to say, you know what? A lot of things piss me off in life, but a lot of things make me happy, right? So I structure my conversation a bit. So I say the bad, evil stuff first, and then the good stuff later. It kind of works its way out. That's kind of how you do it. But I am not just Mr. Nice Guy, right? I'm a little bit. I try to be just a little bit intimidating, right? Which helps for me because I'm a skinny white person who's kind of geeky. Now, if I was to ask you a question, right? If I was to come up and if I was just get your name, okay? So what I do is I'm really happy. I'm like, hey, this is fun. I like being here. So hey, decided to come over and talk to you. Look interesting. So what's your name? Hey, nice day. Okay, now if that's a microcosm of the Juggler method right there. Did you guys get that?
I saw it.
Okay. They got slow motion video. Try and get it back. Okay, what that means, what I'm doing there is I'm being nice, I'm being warm, showing friendly vibe, okay? When I'm talking, I'm smiling, I'm having fun. But when I ask a question, you'll notice I drop all expression, put you on stage, and not say anything, not move around. I'm creating what we call a vacuum. That big bubble, right? That bubble I'm creating a vacuum, right? It's like this big plastic bubble that I got a hose on and I'm pumping all the air out, right? What happens when you create a vacuum? Stuff wants to go into it, right? So what I'm doing is I'm trying to put the vacuum on you. I'm trying to put pressure on you so that you feel compelled to give me your name. Now, how do I do that? Well, it's as simple as like, I ask you a question, hey, what's your name? And I don't move, I just stare you down, right? I just keep looking at you. And the idea is, and this probably is not true for you, but you're tough. But the idea is that you feel like, if I don't tell him my name, he's going to punch me in the fucking face. And then you say, I'm Dave, and then I bring back Mr. Nice Guy. Mr. Happy, right? That's kind of what I'm trying to do. Like when I ask a question, especially a really difficult question, like, so, tell me your story. I've got to make sure that my vacuum is really strong. I don't want to feel the pressure, because the thing about a vacuum is I can feel the pressure in my own vacuum, and then I want to fill it. So I feel uncomfortable with silence, more uncomfortable than you do. And if I feel uncomfortable with silence, some theme music, I like that. If I'm uncomfortable with silence, then what's going to happen is that I'm going to give in. right? And I'm going to say, oh, I'm taking on the burden now. I've got to fill the silence. I don't want that to happen. I want you to feel the burden a little bit and then give back, okay? So that's what I feel like compels people. It's not really talking about interesting things, at least at the beginning. It's scaring them. So I try to scare them just a little bit, right? And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give Mr. Nice Guy warm vibe, really warm vibe. And then when I ask a question, when it's their turn to talk, I take it away completely and put them on the spot, right? And they feel like, oh, I've got to fill this vibe. I've got to bring back Mr. Happy. I also want to just have some stimuli, you know? You know those kids in East European, they put them in, there's no parents, and they put them in homes. There's no people, actually, nothing, no toys. And the kids, all they have to do is just rock back and forth.
Wow.
They're looking for stimuli. They want stimuli, right? People don't like not having stimuli. That's why people are comfortable with silence, right? So silence is your friend. You want to use silence. So I'm trying to use silence to sort of scare you or to compel you to sort of put yourself out there, fill that vacuum. So at the same time, I'm also trying to talk in I perspective. So I'm trying to model the behavior I want you to exhibit. So when I answer your question, I say, how are you? I say, what's your story? You say, I don't know. I say, well, I'll tell you a little bit of my story. And I tell you a little bit of mine. You feel more comfortable with me because you get to know me as a person. You feel more relaxed. And once you feel more relaxed, you decide you can put yourself more out there, right? Okay, thanks for playing along. Thanks.